There is no question that San Diego's biggest summer convention is a pop culture blockbuster. The city's population and profile swells.
We don't even have to call it Comic-Con anymore. It's just San Diego inside the industry, whether you're talking to fans or retailers or the creative professionals. Are you going to San Diego? Everybody knows what that means. It means Comic-Con.
Robert Scott runs Kamikaze in Claremont Mesa. The store features collectibles, clothing, books, and lots of comics. Scott's even written his own comic book. He calls the medium a perfect marriage of text and art.
Like trying to pull seasoning or ingredients out of a meal. You know, they may taste great on their own, but it's that marriage that makes the dish, you know, what it really is.
And he's excited about the Comic-Con boost. He says the convention is miles away from his store, but there will be 10 to 20% more people shopping there.
The comic industry is very insular and very niche right now and has grown a bit, but a lot of the growth that's come from comics has actually been spurred by movies and video games and TV shows. You know, getting out to people who aren't already the usual suspects, the people who are already reading and enjoying comics.
The Avengers means mega ticket sales at theaters this summer, proving once again that comics hold economic muscle.
Power at 400% capacity.
How about that?
Part of the strategy of DC, Sony, and Marvel is that it's a self-feeding monster. People see the movie, they get into the comic books will spawn another movie.
David Drace owns Galactic Comics in Ocean Beach. He says his business started as a passion after his grandfather bought him his first comic books. But the comics have changed. He compares a 1968 comic to its 2012 version.
So there is Aquaman and his sidekick Aqualad. And then here's basically a panel showing Aquaman out of Justice League. And you can just see it's really night and day. I mean, look how much more shade is in the face. Look how much more detail is in the costume.
And Aquaman tried to make a splash on the small screen, television.
And creatures in the deep you couldn't imagine in your worst nightmares.
Well, that's reassuring. Thanks a lot.
Comic book aficionados say the persistent interest from Hollywood makes the case that there is a future for the comic book industry that spawned the stories. Comic-Con founder David Glanzer says he's glad local stores are getting a business boost, but he says that's not why Comic-Con was started.
Some retailers who may believe that our reason for being was actually to help sales of comic books. I think that is the icing on the cake. That is a great benefit of but that's not necessarily the reason for it. It was to highlight this medium.
Glanzer says some people think Comic-Con has drifted away from comic books, but he disagrees, even though the convention has grown to embrace a lot more.
I think the future of comics is still a strong one. You're right, it goes through flows and ebbs, but I think that's true of almost any medium. Film certainly has experienced that, television, genres within those, so I think we'll be around for a while.
Glanzer says the San Diego event still has more guests, programming, and focus on comics than any other U.S. convention. Glanzer says it's a huge boost for a unique blend of art and prose.